Well, good afternoon, everybody. It is Sunday, November 9th. And, yeah, it's kind of those sad days. All the cars are put away for winter. Even orange peel. Talking, yeah, a little snow this morning, but nothing bad. And it's supposed to be a little bit nicer tomorrow, and then Monday night and a Tuesday, the bottom falls out. And I heard anywhere between 4 to 8 inches, depending who you listen to. Depends with what storm tracks. So, and then from here on out, I think the highs by end of the week into next weekend are only going to be like 20 into the teens. So today was pretty nice. We're almost 45, but winter's coming. There's no way to stop it. So put the last of the cars away today. Shoved them all in their usual little cocoon and plugged in their battery chargers and, you know, left the nightlight on and read them a hot rod magazine. They weren't very happy, but they know, what are you going to do? Not driving them in winter. Guess I have to move somewhere else. But the shop's a mess. Need to clean my workbench. And, yeah, you saw the video on the tea bucket already. No calls yet, which doesn't surprise me, but we'll see. If it doesn't sell by, I don't know, April, maybe we'll make it next summer's project. Maybe I'll hit the swap meets up next year and locate most of the parts. A lot of this I need to redo anyways. And if I do keep it, well, the body's going to get chopped up and repositioned, and there's a whole bunch of stuff I need to do to make it where I'd like it, but I don't know. I really don't want a tea bucket. I got other plans, other things to build. Hopefully it just sells. But some of you probably already know this. Most of you don't. I need to do something this winter, otherwise I go frickin' nuts. And like I've been saying, I'm not building nothing for me. I mean, I get that 302, you know, over here. I got to build that, but that's really nothing major. And, you know, I could build a tea bucket, but I don't want to do that either. That costs money. And then we get the motor for orange peel still in the bag. I really need to finish that. Really need to finish that. But as you guys have been watching, I've been bringing in side jobs here and there. Cutlass, Buick, you know, 37 Chevy pick or car. You know, various little projects here and there to kind of get me going. But the next project coming in, and this will be kind of fun, is a 1933 Chevy 3-window coupe. The lady who owns it has had it for quite some time now. Most of the body work is done. The doors are still bare metal, and then because it's been sitting for, I don't know, I think she said like 15, 18 years, they've gotten a little rusty, so I gotta treat and grind and get those prepped for primer. I get a buddy who likes painting, so I'll let him do that, because as you all know, I hate that part of it. I hate body work. The roof has been filled in. Like I said, the bodies are just crazy nice. The guy put a metal floor in already. Battery box, parking brake. This is for a shifter. I think I'm gonna redo that. And I've always heard, you know, the early Chevys were all, you know, wood construction. I've never been in a Chevy this old, but let me grab the light here. They weren't lying. If all the wood disappeared in here, the body would fall apart. And miraculously, all the wood in this car is perfect. Probably as good as it was when it rolled out of the assembly line. It's all hard. It's not dry rotted. It's not rotten. It's not soft. It's old, but it's there. And the body is really rigid, so it's not like it's loose. And it's got a crank down rear window. That's what that is. I do have all the glass, but it is broken. So I have to get some of that made up. The rumble seat back here, I don't have any of the seat components. I don't even have the hinges. I'm hoping she finds them, because if I have to make them, that'll really suck. Missing a taillight. Gotta get a gas tank yet. This is the one door. Even the insides of the doors are all wood. It's just amazing that they were doing that all the way up into the 30s already. I know my Model A, it's got wood in it, but it's not structural wood. It's just there. I mean, most of my wood's out of the car. Or this car here, if you took the wood out, it'd fall apart. Some cool looking old tires, but they're all dry rotted from sitting flat for so many years, so that kind of sucks, because they would have been really cool. Hopefully we can salvage the wheels. Suspension wise, from what I'm told, the car was being restored when she bought it, and the guy who was restoring it owned a body shop. If this will work or not, I don't know. So there's a 10-bolt rear end in it, new springs, brake lines. Actually, the bottom of the car is painted and it looks really nice. New shocks. It's got some exhaust run. I'm not running the exhaust like that, so I'll take that out. The body's just sitting there, so the welting's falling out. I'll still pull the rear diff cover off and pull the brakes off and, you know, see what they look like. And if they look good, I think I'll still put wheel cylinders in, just because it's been sitting so long dry. Hate to take a chance. But everything is just perfect under here. Like I said, metal floor all the way from front to rear. Firewall, some holes I need to weld up, not too many. Battery box hole, that'll work. The air conditioning works. Got bolted in there and get the hinge to work. It's set up for a small block Chevy and a turbo for 100. So that part's all done. Probably a little gussets here and there in the motor mount. It's kind of weak. I think I'll put a gusset in here and a couple gussets, you know, just to beef that up a little bit. And for the suspension, I'm kind of still debating on this. But what they did here is they took and mounted the axle on top of the springs, which, you know, back in the day was what they did. Kind of brings the steering rods kind of close to the spring. I did articulate the suspension every which way, and it never does hit, but it's really close. So I might bend, you know, heat these guys up, the arms up, bend them up just a little bit. But the scrub line is really close. I mean, obviously I cut those bolts off, but even still, with a 15-inch wheel that we'll put on here, it's going to be, you know, if they blow a tire, it's going to be just about, you know, she'll be dragging that spring, which isn't very safe. So I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do with the front end yet. One of my ideas, and I might even run with it, is we'll put a Model A, you know, Ford style buggy spring. I'll make a mount, or either buy one or make one. The cross member, put the buggy spring in, hairpins, you know, still do the cross steer. That'll eliminate the dual springs. It'll clear up a lot of stuff. I'll be able to make it sit low, but still be safe. Haven't exactly pinned if I'm going to do that yet, but it is an idea. And I did do a little research, and I noticed that I'm not the first one to think of that, so it has been done already. Otherwise, I don't know. I did think about Z in the frame, but this car is so nice, I hate to really wreck any of the originality of it, because if somebody were to buy this, you know, 80 years from now and put it back to original, I hate to wreck that, because I'm sure 3-window Chevy coupes aren't exactly, you know, everywhere. So the front end, I think that'll probably take the most work, figuring out how we're going to fix that. Obviously, got to build up a motor for it. Transmission, there again, it's been sitting for 18 years, but it looks like it was rebuilt. So I think I'm still going to blow it apart, take a look at it, just because. But other than some pieces missing, I'm hoping, like I said, she's got them or she can find them. We got the grill, kind of rough. I mean, it's really nice, but all the chrome's gone, and some of the stuff's been welded up. So I'll have to get that ready. Maybe see if I can find a chrome plater. The actual grill insert is just perfect. There's not even a stone ding in that. She does have the fenders for it. They're fiberglass, aftermarket obviously. But we're kind of leaning towards not putting fenders on, because as you know, true hot rods don't have fenders. But we haven't decided that yet. Basically, I got most of the part. I emptied out the car, laid out the parts, kind of did an inventory of what we had. Did a little research today when I had time, but I still need to do some research, get some numbers written down, get some ideas written down. They're going to stop down maybe this weekend or the next weekend. I'll show them my ideas, we'll listen to their ideas, we'll, you know, come up with a game plan and do it to it. For now, I think the body will just be painted a flat black. We are doing this on a budget, so don't want to get too crazy with the money. Yeah, it'd be neat to make this, you know, perfect show quality, but we just need to get on the road and driving first. We can always go back and do the body work. So I think flat black for now. We'll get the minor body work taken care of. The doors, obviously, and the deck lid in the back. Get the glass in, get it sealed up. Get it running, driving, stopping. Safely, obviously. New tires. So, in reality, after looking at this project now, it's really not that much to it. Like I said, the hardest part might be the front suspension, and even still, if I go with the Model A style setup, the Ford setup, that's probably a weekend I'll have that knocked out. So this one might go pretty quick. Granted, they're the ones paying for it, so I'm sure it'll be more of the as money comes in sort of deal. But there's still a lot of labor things I can do to, you know, make the wiring harness and get the brakes figured out and run new brake lines. And like I said, pull the rear end apart, pull the tranny apart, figure out what motor we're going to use, if they're going to go 350 or if we're going to, you know, building a 350 nowadays is kind of stupid, especially if you're building a stocker one. You know, just buy a crate motor from GM. It's about the same price, and then it's new. But they were toying with the idea, but it's 327, which is cool. I got no problem with that. Just gotta find one. And I know they're around. It's not that hard. But that costs a little bit more. So, like I said, we are in a budget. So I'll get the numbers laid out. We'll figure it out. But this is the project at hand, and I'll try to videotape as much as possible, bring you guys along, and hopefully this will get me through the winter. So, talk to you guys later.